I don't even know if you're ready, but these are 8 ways to start living your best life and making yourself a priority. Let's go. All right, so y'all already know how I am about my title, so here we go. Number 1, this is called Avoid the Slave Trade. That means stop putting yourself in unhealthy and unbeneficial environments, regardless of the payout. Because if it's not good for your mental and emotional health, it's not good for you, period. So I'll give you an example. Not too long ago, I was at a job that I was at for years. I started weighing out if I should stay or if I should leave, and I realized that my reasons to stay were the money and the benefits. And I started thinking, like, am I willing to really give up my mental and emotional wellness for the payout, for the benefit that I'm getting? And I started to realize something, that the more that you are willing to forfeit your mental and emotional health, which is really what matters, that's your peace, your joy, your passion, your purpose. Once you're willing to forfeit that mental and emotional wellness, it basically makes you a walking price tag, because then no matter what you are giving up, as long as the benefit, the monetary benefit or the social benefit or the status, the benefit of status is enough, you're willing to give yourself up, okay? So you become a slave to the trade, okay? And that is something that you absolutely want to avoid. So how did I remedy that? I remedied that by quitting my job. And was it crazy? Yes. Did it hurt me? Yes. Like I said, the pay was good, all right? But I realized there's nothing I could change. I can't change the managers. I can't change who they hire. I can't change the people around me. The only thing I can control is myself. And at that point, the benefit that I was getting from that was not enough for me to continue to crucify who I was, my happiness, my joy, my passion, my excitement. So that is the number 1, avoid the slave trade by all means, okay? And whether the slave trade is an actual job, or if it's a friendship, or if it is any type of commitment that you made or a loyalty that you've committed, weigh it out. Okay, so number 2, I call this keep important dates. And I'm not talking about calendar dates. I'm talking about dates with yourself, okay? Those things that make you feel good. You should make those non-negotiable, okay? No matter who wants to do something else, no matter what comes up, there are certain things that you just, whether it's every week, whether it is every month, whether it's every day, and whether it's getting your hair done, playing basketball, get your hair cut, lined up, getting your nails done, going out for dinner by yourself, going to see a movie, whatever it is, going shopping. Those should be things that you make a special time to get done, and that you should never, ever negotiate not doing it, because it makes you feel good. If you're anything like me, then I have a habit of the people that I'm with or the people that I prioritize. If I like to do something that they don't really care for, then I'll just do what they like to do. Stop doing that, okay? Well, I shouldn't say stop doing that, but be more cautious when you do that, okay? Because that shows that you prioritize other people's time, other people's opinions, other people's, their hobbies more than yours. And the best way to be considerate of other people is to learn from the consideration of yourself. And that's why I call this page Consider Yourself, because that's where it all starts, okay? Okay, number 3, I call this Drop the Pacifier. Listen to me, okay? We have to stop living for mom and dad. And I'm telling you this from somebody who I'm still learning how to do that, okay? And it's not because my parents were overbearing and da-da-da-da-da. It's just because their opinion means a lot to me. But listen, they have 18 years of instruction, wisdom, teaching, lessons, trying to instill discernment, all of that. They have 18 years to show you, teach you, whatever, all of that, okay? My thought process used to be, after those 18 years, they need to trust me. They need to trust my decisions. But that is how you get stuck to mom and dad's opinions. It's not that 18 years, after 18 years, they need to trust you. It's after 18 years, you need to trust yourself. You need to trust yourself that you have either learned from everything that they have taught you, or if you didn't listen to the things that they taught you, or maybe you didn't have parents to really teach you the things that you feel like you needed to learn. After 18 years, you need to know that you have at least learned from your adolescence. You've learned either from listening, or you've learned from ignoring, or you learned from the lack. okay? So when you get into adulthood, I'm not saying that your parents' word never matters anymore. It's just saying that it's time to trust yourself. It's time to give yourself the freedom to make your own decisions, okay? You have a foundation, regardless of where that foundation came from. It's time to move from that foundation. I'm just telling y'all what I know. Okay, number 4, I call this recognize your resources. And that means stop offering to do things that are beyond your mental, emotional, and financial, maybe even physical means, okay? If it's gonna put you in a bad position, don't offer it. And now let me just give you an disclaimer. Of course, this is situational. This is more so for people who have a habit of over offering, who have a habit of, like, you have a good heart, so you just want to give, and you don't really know how to say no. This is for you, okay? You have to learn how to say no by saying no. Let me just tell you something. Something that I have learned is that not every opportunity you have to help somebody is your opportunity to help somebody. And hopefully you get that, okay? I know I used to think that it was like really selfish if I said no to somebody. Like, I just always had to say yes no matter what they needed. If I had it, even if it was my absolute last, if they needed $5 and I had $5.01, that I needed to give them the $5 because I had it. And it was just selfish if I didn't. But let me tell you something I learned, okay? It is more selfish to say yes to help somebody out because you want to maintain a good name, because you want to be known as a person that would always help and always be there for somebody, than it is to say no because you genuinely don't have it to do, because it will genuinely put you in a position that you don't know how to come back from, okay? One is genuine, the other is not. One is selfish, the other is not. So you have to judge that for yourself. But I'm telling y'all, recognize, realize, and pay attention to your resources. If you don't have the mental, emotional, or financial capacity to be in good health after you offer whatever you have to offer, then don't offer it. If it's going to interrupt your peace, don't offer it. If it's going to interrupt your bills, don't offer it. If it's going to interrupt your self-esteem, don't offer it. If it's going to interrupt your daily wellness, your routine that you need to stay healthy, everybody say it with me, don't offer it, okay? You have to learn how to let your no's be a no without an exaggerated explanation as to why you can't do it. You can't do it because it's not good for you, and that should be enough. And that goes right into number 5, which is sorry, not sorry, okay? Y'all, stop apologizing for things that you should not be sorry for, okay? I really had to learn this, and even now I'm still learning it, because I am the I'm sorry queen, and I really do mean it, and that's the bad part. Because anytime I make a decision that's good for myself, if it doesn't, instantly look like the best decision for someone else in my life as well, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't think about it. But it doesn't matter if it's a good decision for you, for your health, for your wellness, for your self-esteem, for your confidence, for your self-love, then it's a good decision and it doesn't need an apology, okay? So if there's somebody who takes the opportunity to misunderstand you or to catch an attitude because of a decision that you made, I would say hear them out, talk to them about it. But if you can ration to yourself that there's no reason for them to have an attitude, maybe you need to reevaluate their position in your life, okay? You should be able to trust that the people you have around you are the people who will benefit from you making good decisions for yourself. And if they're not benefiting, then maybe reevaluate. Number 6, I love this one, and this is let them choose a translation, okay? I don't know what translation, what version of me people read or people hear or people see, because I hear some crazy stuff, but it doesn't matter. And that is the mindset you have to have when you prioritize yourself, that it does not matter, because the truth is that the people who want to understand you will find a way to understand you. The people who don't want to won't. Period. There is no way you can convince me to prioritize other people's opinions more highly than I prioritize my own opinions of myself, okay? Because that shows that I'm not my priority. If I choose to battle everything that people say and to show that, no, this is not right, this is not true, forget it. Like, forget about it. It's just not gonna happen. Let people think what they want. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't times when you need to stand up for yourself. Sometimes you do. But as far as the habits that you make to prioritize yourself, let it go. Okay, number 7, this is called trust the vision. All right, that means learning to value and to trust your intuition. And if you believe how I believe, then the Spirit of God as it leads. Okay, I am naturally a very observant person. I like to scope out everything. I love to people watch. If I come into a room, and I like to observe the vibe, see how people are reacting to one another. And naturally, when you observe more, you pay attention more, you learn more, and you can kind of get an inkling and an understanding as to what's going on and what the outcome may be. Okay, so when it came to like helping other people, I could always help them and be dead on. But when it came to listening to myself, I never trusted my intuition. I never trusted my vision and the things that I saw happening, or the moves that I saw that I should make a little bit differently. Let me tell you why that is so harmful. Because vision is absolutely fundamental to future. Okay, any hopes, expectations, dreams, goals that you have, those all concern the future. Those are all things that happen in the future. So if you have any belief in those things, goals, expectations, dreams, whatever it is, that means you have vision for the future. You have to know how to get there. So when you are living without vision, that means that your future will then be predicated on the past. Okay, it's going to be determined on the things that you know worked or didn't work, but that doesn't mean that it will or will not work in the future. So when you lack that trust in your intuition and in your own vision, and the discernment that you have, you lack future. Okay, I'm trying to tell you what I know. Like, I have stumbled so much in life, so this has helped me. It's helped me. So I'm just trying to tell y'all really for real what I know. When you start having more trust and you start to value yourself, your intuition, when you start to listen to the Spirit of God inside of you more and more, you will see that you prioritize the things that are good for you. You start making different decisions that will ensure that your future will be much more beneficial and much more progressive than your past. All right, last one, number 8. This is called serve your sphere. Okay, I'm gonna give you a disclaimer. I really don't like disclaimers, but I feel like we need it because this is gonna sound so contradictory to everything that I've told you in the other ones, which is like, consider yourself, see how you feel, da 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 da. But if you stick around for the explanation, you'll know why. Okay. Serve your sphere means be the absolute best servant that you possibly can to whatever you are serving, okay? So once you get these other steps down, like 1 through 7, and you get used to living your own life, living on your terms, making your own decisions, doing the things that are best for you, you will realize that the life best lived is the life that serves others, okay? That doesn't mean allowing other people to live for you as you may be used to, people making your decisions or living based on people's opinions. This means once you know what to do for yourself, once you understand who you are, once you live according to your terms, now you understand that this is the life that you are destined to live, and this is the life that will greatly impact others. So my dad said something at our wedding, which my father and my father-in-law both married me and my husband. But my dad said something that was so pivotal in our relationship, and that is that the best marriages are made up of 2 servants trying to outserve each other. And that like blew our minds, but we really committed to that theory, into that concept. And as a result of that, I can tell you that my marriage is by far the best relationship, friendship, any type of ship that I have ever been in. And it's not because of the people we are, and it's not because he's a man, so I'm better to him than I am to my friends by any means. It just means that we have committed to serving one another, to being thoughtful and thorough with the way that we serve one another. And if you have ever had good service when you go out, maybe to a restaurant or whatever, if you go to a spa, it makes you want to go back, okay? That loyalty is caught up in service. So prioritizing yourself means being the most intentional, being the most thoughtful, being the most thorough servant that you could possibly be to the people and the situations that prioritize you. So whether that is a husband or a wife, if that is your job that treats you really well, you have great benefits, you enjoy your time there, they value you, whatever it is, if it's a friend, if it's your doorman, like we have security at our apartment and they are so dope. Like for whatever reason, they really like me and my husband. So if we don't have our key or whatever, like they just buzz us in. They'll be like, no, we're gonna come get the door. And so sometimes I just like to see if they want some lunch or something like that, because it's just good to be a servant to the people who value you. So you will see when you start to prioritize yourself that serving others serves you. All right, so that's it. Hopefully this was helpful in any way. Make sure y'all comment, give me a thumbs up, let me know what you liked, let me know if there's anything that puts you on the road to living your best life and prioritizing yourself. Okay, now I will let you on a secret. So my next video is going to be in husband tag. All right, so I have my husband sitting down with me and I'm gonna ask him some questions, pick his brain a little bit. So that should be fun. If you have any questions for that you want me to specifically ask him, make sure you leave that in the comments, or any videos that you would like for me to do coming up in the future. Make sure you let me know. Other than that, y'all know the routine. Subscribe, like, share, comment, put it on Facebook, whatever. But hopefully this was helpful. Thank y'all.